Hello friends, just wanted to bring you an update on the 9mm short rifle made by High Point, model 995. I was going to add some accessories to it and do a little accessory video, but something came up and had to stop short, and so I'll go ahead and explain exactly what that is. I know from the High Point parts list here that these rails that come with the weapon are standard Weaver rails, and I have heard different things from different people about Weaver and picatiny being the exact same. There's really no difference. Accessories will go on either one, it doesn't really matter. Well, I've had pretty good luck with some of the Magpul stuff going on pretty much anything that I put it on, either Weaver or picatiny. But this particular firearm, I ran into a problem. This first grip here is a UTG, and it is probably a made in China part for UTG, but it is a folding grip, and it's not too bad. There's a little bit of a wiggle in it, but it's got a watertight compartment in the bottom, and it's got the little side panels here if you want to use a pressure switch on it. So not too bad, and it comes with an Allen wrench as well. The second is a interfuse, also known as Tapco, and I like some Tapco stuff. I've got some of the Tapco accessories on my AK, and they make big, heavy, beefy stuff. And this is actually the short grip. I've got the long grip on my AK, and it works really well. I like it, and it's got a rubber plug in the bottom also for storing accessories, which would be great. I thought this one would be perfect because I can put the little High Point wrench in the bottom, kind of a little multi-use wrench. So I thought that would be a very handy thing. So I set it all up to shoot the video, and of course I tried things first so I don't look like an idiot on film. I got my tools out and began to put it on, and right away I noticed that it will not seat on the rail. It will just not go. So I pulled the screw out, match it up, and sure enough, it's too big. This is obviously made for a picatiny rail, which has slightly larger spaces on the rail, and it won't go anywhere on anything. So obviously this Tapco is made for a picatiny rail, not for a Weaver rail. So just to give you a heads up on that, if you buy accessories for this, either be willing to modify, get a little Dremel out and do a little modification to your rails, because they're cheap. What's the rail on here for? Let's see. Yeah, Weaver side rails are $15. So, not too bad. But you can modify it with a Dremel, and it'll work fine. I think you just have to widen it up. Maybe even just take a bit of a flat file in there and give it a bit of filing, because it's plastic. It'll shave down real quick. And modify it, put that on it, or make sure your accessories are made for a Weaver rail instead of a picatiny rail, and they should work just fine for you. So I'll go ahead and do some modifications, and this is part one, and we'll go ahead and do part two when I have the modifications finished and we're able to mount some goodies on this. Thanks for watching, and have a good day. God bless. Hello friends, welcome to part two of the High Point model 995 9mm short rifle accessorizing the weapon. If you watched part one, you know that this has the standard Weaver rails on it, and I've recently discovered that the interfuse, the Tapco grips are picatiny, and the screw is a little bit too fat to fit down in the slots. And so what I've done is I've taken a round file, a little bit of aggressive blade on it, filed it out a little bit, made some space. And cleaned it up with a flat file. A bit of a finer grit on it, and done the same thing to the rail that is under the barrel in order to mount my tactical light. That's kind of a neat thing. It was living on my Yugoslavian AK, and I use that for my home defense rifle, CQB type setup. And I thought I'd like to try this for home defense for a little while. So I'm going to put a forward grip on it and tactical light. See how it works out. This is kind of a neat thing. They haven't been out for very long, but this is mag light, tactical light, and it's 1 inch. Although the grip part of it is probably larger than 1 inch on it, and so I use this quick disconnect holder, and it just has a couple of spring-loaded attachment points there, but also does not fit the weaver rail. The catches are a bit too wide. But I really like this little mag light, mag tac LED light. It's pretty bright and does a real good job. So been very pleased with that. And it's got a 3-way switch on it, and you can even get a pressure switch cap for it. But basically, 1 press is momentary on, 2 presses are stay on, and 3 presses are strobing, which I'm not sure what that'll do except maybe make you want to dance. But cool little light. I guess that would disorient a potential intruder or something like that. So I'm going to add the light and the Interfuser Tapco short grip today, and basically make it a little more comfortable, a little easier to use for home defense. And I've got it just about filed out enough. Let's see if it'll fit on there now. Oh yeah, drops right in where it would not before at all. And so like I said, I like this Tapco stuff. A lot of people say, oh, it's cheap, it's, plastic stuff, but hey, what's not made out of plastic or composite type materials? No, lots of stuff, and it holds up and it lasts, and if you do break it or wear it out, they're cheap. Go buy another one. So I like them pretty well. I've run the long one on my AK for a long time, and it works very well. And it kind of matches the gun. The gun has a lot of plastic material on it, so it fits very well with that. Okay, I'll just slide the light on the end here. Get to lock in. Yes, very nice. And locked in. Okay. So there you have tactical light, little mag tac, very cool little light. Just recently picked that up, I guess about a month ago, and it works very well for a fairly inexpensive light. I think it was right about $50. Does the job. Put a little foregrip on it there. Seems to match the gun. The short grip. Tapco also makes a long grip, which looks really great on my AK, but I figured it would have been overwhelming on this particular weapon. You see this UTG handle I got, it looks huge compared to that, and compared to the original handle, it just sticks way further down, and just felt like it wouldn't even go with the weapon. So chose the TEPCO and a little mag light, tactical light. So there you go. That's the High Point Model 995 9mm short rifle, accessorizing a little bit, making it a little more practical for home defense. And I thank you for watching. Have a good day. God bless.